Imagine remembering names after hearing them once, never forgetting where you left your keys, learning new skills in half the time. Sounds impossible? What if I told you your memory isn't something you're born with? It's something you train. Most people think a bad memory is permanent, but neuroscience tells a different story. Every time you challenge your brain, tiny connections between your brain cells become stronger. The more often those connections are used, the easier information travels through them. So for the next 30 days, we're going to train our brain like an athlete trains their muscles. No magic supplements, no expensive brain gadgets, just simple habits backed by science. Active recall, spaced repetition, exercise, better sleep, healthy food, and daily mental challenges. Will your memory become 10 times better? Maybe not literally, but you'll discover how much stronger your brain can become when you finally start training it. Let's begin. Instead of reading the same page over and over, you close the book and try to remember what you just learned. This technique is called active recall, and it's one of the most effective ways to strengthen memory. At first, you'll forget a lot, and that's actually a good sign. Every time your brain struggles to retrieve information, it strengthens the neural pathways that store it. Next comes sleep. Scientists have found that your brain organizes and consolidates memories while you sleep, especially during deep sleep. That's why staying up all night to study often backfires. You also start moving your body. A simple 30-minute walk or workout increases blood flow to the brain and supports the growth of new brain cells. Finally, you challenge your brain every day. Learn 5 new words, memorize a short list, solve a puzzle. Small challenges repeated consistently are what turn an average memory into a stronger one. By the end of week 1, nothing feels magical, but your brain is already changing. By week 3, the changes become noticeable. You walk into a room and actually remember why. Names are easier to recall. Grocery lists stay in your head longer. Studying feels less like cramming and more like understanding. Now you add another powerful technique, spaced repetition. Instead of reviewing everything in one long study session, you revisit the same information after 1 day, 3 days, a week, and 2 weeks. It may sound slower, but it's one of the fastest ways to build long-term memory. You also reduce distractions. Every notification, every scroll, every interruption forces your brain to switch tasks. That constant switching makes it harder to store new memories. So you study with your phone out of reach. One task, one goal, full attention. Researchers have found that focused learning creates stronger memory traces than multitasking ever can. By the end of week 3, your brain isn't just remembering more, it's learning more efficiently. 30 days later, did your memory become perfect? No. But something far more important happened. You stopped relying on luck and started relying on a trained brain. You remember conversations more clearly. Learning new skills takes less time because your brain connects new information with what you already know. Reading becomes more meaningful because you're no longer forgetting everything after a few hours. One of the biggest surprises is confidence. When you trust your memory, you speak with more certainty, solve problems faster, and spend less time searching for forgotten details. Researchers estimate that the average person forgets a large portion of newly learned information within days if it isn't reviewed. But by practicing active recall, spaced repetition, quality sleep, regular exercise, and focused attention, you've dramatically improved how well your brain stores and retrieves information. The greatest reward isn't remembering everything. It's knowing that every day your brain is becoming stronger than it was yesterday. Here's the biggest surprise. This challenge was never about having a photographic memory. It was about building a brain that learns better every single day. Most people believe memory is a gift you're born with, but neuroscience tells us something different. Your brain is constantly changing through a process called neuroplasticity, the ability to strengthen connections every time you learn, practice, and recall information. Think of your brain like a forest. The first time you walk through it, There's no path. Walk the same route every day, and eventually a clear trail appears. That's exactly how memory works. Every time you actively remember something, the path becomes stronger and easier to follow. 30 days won't turn you into a genius, but it can completely change how you learn for the rest of your life. So keep reading, keep asking questions, keep challenging your brain, because the strongest memory isn't the one you're born with. It's the one you build. Your brain is waiting. Train it.